Have you ever felt that deep burning ache in your knees after a long day? Or that stiffness in your fingers that makes even holding a cup of coffee a struggle? What if I told you that the pain isn't just from aging, but from something sitting quietly in your kitchen right now? Every single day, millions wake up with arthritis pain that steals their energy, limits their movement, and dims their joy. But what if the solution isn't hidden in a pill bottle, but in your plate? Stay with me until the end of this video, because somewhere in these next few minutes, you might discover the one food silently fueling your inflammation every single day. And once you remove it, your joints might start feeling lighter, freer, like turning back time itself. Before we start, tell me in the comments, what type of arthritis are you living with? Osteoarthritis, rheumatoid, or gout? And where are you watching from? I read every single comment because together we're building a space where people heal and learn from each other. Now let's take a deep breath and uncover what's really happening inside those aching joints. Arthritis isn't just about pain, it's about inflammation. Deep inside your joints live tiny builders called chondrocytes. Their job is to keep your cartilage strong, the soft, cushiony layer that lets your bones glide smoothly without grinding against each other. But inside each of those little builders is something extraordinary, the endoplasmic reticulum. Imagine it as a microscopic factory that folds proteins perfectly, like origami masters crafting pieces that repair and protect your joints. When that factory gets overloaded through stress, poor diet, or toxins, it starts making mistakes. Misfolded proteins build up, alarms go off, and your immune system rushes in, ready for battle. The result? Swelling, heat, and pain. This chain reaction is what scientists now call endoplasmic reticulum stress, and it's one of the earliest sparks that ignite arthritis inflammation. But here's the twist that shocked researchers. Your gut plays a starring role in this story. Yes, the same system that digests your food can determine whether your joints stay flexible or become inflamed prisons. Inside your gut lives an entire world of microbes, tiny bacteria that can be your best allies or your worst enemies. These microbes take something your liver makes, bile, and transform it into compounds called secondary bile salts. And one of them, TUDCA, toro or sodioxycholic acid, acts like a firefighter for your joints, cooling down inflammation and protecting cartilage cells from stress. When you feed your gut the wrong foods, you silence these firefighters. When your microbiome is healthy, they thrive, and your joints thank you. People who've lost their gallbladders or taken multiple rounds of antibiotics often notice more pain. Why? Because their bile system and gut flora get disrupted, breaking the link between digestion and joint repair. Now that you understand how powerful this connection is, let's talk about the foods that quietly destroy it, the ones millions eat daily without realizing they're fanning the flames of arthritis. Let's begin with a sneaky culprit hiding in the most innocent-looking meals, emulsifiers. They make salad dressings smooth, ice cream creamy, and sauces blend perfectly. Sounds harmless, right? But emulsifiers like polysorbate 80 tear holes in your gut lining, creating what scientists call leaky gut. This allows inflammatory molecules to escape into your bloodstream. And where do they go? Straight to your joints. That pain after eating your favorite dessert might not be coincidence. It could be your body begging for a break. So next time you see polysorbate 80 or carboxymethylcellulose on a label, think twice. The fewer emulsifiers you eat, the calmer your joints will feel. Hit that like button if you've already spotted emulsifiers in your kitchen. It might help someone else scrolling past realize the hidden danger too. The next silent aggressor often wears a healthy disguise: low-fat soy protein powder. Marketed to fitness lovers and plant-based eaters, this ingredient might seem like a great source of protein, but when soy is stripped of its fat, it loses an essential amino acid called taurine, which your body needs to make bile. Without enough taurine, you make less bile and fewer anti-inflammatory bile salts. To make things worse, the industrial process that isolates soy protein often uses hexane, a solvent that can irritate your liver and digestive system. That irritation spreads systemically, feeding the inflammation you feel in your knees and wrists. It's no wonder so many people report joint pain after switching to soy shakes. If that sounds like you, try replacing soy with cleaner proteins, maybe pasture-raised eggs, collagen, or pea protein that hasn't been overprocessed. We're just getting started, and trust me, what's coming next may shock you even more. Now picture the oil in your frying pan, golden, sizzling, maybe even labeled vegetable or heart healthy. But once refined seed oils like canola, corn, or soybean oil are heated again and again, as they are in fast food restaurants, they produce aldehydes, toxic byproducts that attack your mitochondria and your joints. These aldehydes embed themselves into your cell membranes, turning them rigid, inflamed, and slow to heal. It's not just about one meal, it's about what these oils do over time. Every fry, every crispy snack adds another drop of poison to your system. Cold-pressed oils are different. Olive oil, avocado oil, or even grass-fed butter actually help your body produce healthy bile and keep your gut in balance. But the cheap refined stuff, that's arthritis fuel. And yes, it's hiding in your chips, your sauces, even your so-called healthy granola bars. If you're still with me, you're already ahead of most people, because understanding the cause is the first step to taking your power back. And the next trigger is one nearly everyone has fallen for: alcohol, especially beer. A single glass might not seem dangerous, but here's the secret. Beer is packed with purines, compounds that break down into uric acid, which crystallizes in your joints like microscopic glass shards. For anyone dealing with gout or even mild arthritis, that's pure agony. Add to that the fact that alcohol damages your liver, your bile-producing organ, and you've got a double hit: less bile, more inflammation. It doesn't stop there. Alcohol messes with blood sugar, feeds harmful gut bacteria, and steals nutrients your joints desperately need to repair. So if you've been wondering why your pain flares up after just one drink, now you know the reason. I'm not saying you can never toast again, but if your goal is freedom from pain, give your body a chance to reset. Even 30 days without alcohol can reveal how much inflammation was hiding beneath the surface. We still have more foods to uncover, and trust me, the last one on the list might be in almost every processed food you've eaten this week. But before we continue, take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. Not only does it help this message reach others fighting arthritis, but it also keeps you updated on how to protect your body from the inside out. Because what comes next will connect everything we've discussed: your gut, your joints, your immune system, in ways that will change how you see food forever. What to eat instead, and how to reclaim your joints. So far, we've seen how something as simple as a salad dressing, a protein shake, or a glass of beer can quietly fuel joint pain. But what's next might surprise you even more, because the next hidden trigger has been sitting on breakfast tables for generations. It's milk, but not the kind you think. The real problem is the A1 casein protein found in most conventional cow's milk and cheese. This type of protein breaks down into a peptide called beta-casomorphin 7, and for many people it sparks an inflammatory storm inside the body. You might not feel it right away, but give it a few hours and your joints start to stiffen. Processed dairy products like American cheese, infant formula, and cheap protein powders often contain concentrated forms like sodium or calcium caseinate. The result? Even more inflammation and gut irritation. But here's some good news. Not all dairy is the enemy. Milk from A2 cows, goats, or sheep doesn't trigger the same inflammatory reaction. If you've noticed that cheese or milk seems to worsen your arthritis, try switching to goat cheese or A2 certified milk for a few weeks. The difference can be stunning. Now, the next villain has disguised itself as the very symbol of nourishment: wheat. Modern wheat isn't the same as the wholesome grain our ancestors ate. Over time, it's been genetically modified and hybridized to grow faster and yield more, but that came at a cost. The modern strain contains a fast-burning starch called amylopectin A, which spikes blood sugar faster than table sugar. High blood sugar equals more inflammation, and that's not all. Wheat also carries wheat germ agglutinin, or WGA, a plant compound that behaves like a tiny needle in your gut lining, tearing holes that let inflammatory molecules escape into the bloodstream. Once again, your joints pay the price. To make matters worse, even non-GMO wheat is sprayed with glyphosate, a pesticide that kills beneficial gut bacteria and disturbs bile salt metabolism. The result? A perfect storm of inflammation, gut disruption, and joint stiffness. So if your mornings start with toast, pastries, or cereal, this could be the reason your arthritis never fully improves. Try ancient grains like einkorn or millet, or better yet, go gluten-free for a few weeks and see how your body responds. You might feel like you've discovered a secret switch that turns off the pain, but nothing compares to the final hidden trigger: the sweet poison that's found its way into nearly everything we eat: high fructose corn syrup. This industrial sweetener doesn't just spike blood sugar, it overwhelms your liver, causing it to release inflammatory molecules that attack your joints. It's far worse than regular sugar because it bypasses the body's satiety signals. That means you keep eating, and inflammation keeps rising. Over time, it causes insulin resistance, which scientists now link directly to arthritis flare-ups. In simple terms, the more insulin your body needs to control sugar, the more your joints ache. What's terrifying is how common it is in soft drinks, sauces, bread, even foods labeled healthy. So here's your challenge. Go 1 week without anything containing high fructose corn syrup. Read every label. After that week, check how your joints feel. For many people, it's like lifting a fog off their body. If any of this resonates with you, hit the like button right now. It helps this message reach others trapped in the same cycle of pain. Now that we've exposed the foods that quietly destroy your joints, let's talk about what you can eat instead. The foods that actually help your body rebuild, repair, and thrive. Because the goal isn't just to avoid pain, it's to live freely again. Let's start with one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal: fermented foods. Sauerkraut, kefir, kimchi, and Bulgarian yogurt feed your gut with probiotics. Those friendly bacteria that restore balance and produce anti-inflammatory bile salts like TUDCA. Think of them as gardeners, nurturing the inner soil of your body so that your joints can flourish. Even a spoonful a day can start changing how your body feels. Add a bit to your lunch or dinner, your gut will notice and your joints will follow. Next up, healthy fats. Real natural fats are medicine. Grass-fed butter, olive oil, avocado oil, and omega-rich animal fats all support bile production and keep inflammation low. These fats also help you absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K2, the nutrients your joints crave. One simple swap: drizzle extra virgin olive oil over your salads instead of bottled dressing. You'll avoid emulsifiers, seed oils, and sugar, and nourish your joints with something nature intended. Speaking of vitamins, vitamin D3 is your next superhero. This isn't just about bone strength, it's about calming the immune system. In autoimmune forms of arthritis like rheumatoid arthritis, high-dose vitamin D, under medical guidance, can quiet the immune attacks that cause swelling and pain. Combine it with magnesium, zinc, and vitamin K2, because these nutrients work together, preventing calcium buildup in soft tissues and guiding it to your bones where it belongs. Without them, calcium can form bone spurs, those tiny spikes that make movement excruciating. And don't forget omega-3 fatty acids, the anti-inflammatory powerhouse found in salmon, sardines, and cod liver oil. Omega-3s don't just reduce pain, they improve joint flexibility and even repair cellular membranes damaged by seed oils. Think of them as the lubricant that keeps your body's gears turning smoothly. Another unsung hero is sulfur. Your cartilage literally depends on sulfur bonds for its flexibility. Foods like onions, garlic, and cruciferous vegetables, cauliflower, kale, and cabbage provide natural sulfur that rebuilds cartilage and reduces inflammation. Add them into soups, salads, or roasted dishes, and you'll not only feed your joints, but also your detox systems, helping your liver process inflammatory waste more effectively. Finally, one of the most comforting and effective foods for arthritis is collagen. Found in bone broth, collagen makes up about 1/3 of the protein in your body. But in modern diets, it's almost gone, since most people no longer eat the connective parts of animals. When you sip bone broth, you're literally giving your joints the raw materials to rebuild. You can also take high-quality collagen peptides from grass-fed sources if you prefer convenience. The key is consistency. Your body rebuilds slowly, but surely. And here's a little-known tip that can make a world of difference. Keep your iron levels in check. Too much iron can trigger oxidative stress, essentially rust inside your body, which accelerates inflammation. For men and postmenopausal women, that means avoiding excess iron supplements or cooking constantly in iron skillets. If your joints feel swollen and stiff despite eating well, check your ferritin levels with your doctor. Balancing them could unlock surprising relief. For those who want to take it a step further, research has shown that supplementing with TUDCA, that same bile salt we talked about earlier, can directly reduce endoplasmic reticulum stress, protect cartilage, and even promote healing at the cellular level. But remember, none of this replaces professional medical guidance. Always talk with your healthcare provider before making big changes or trying high-dose supplements. By now you understand the pattern. The foods that inflame your joints disrupt your gut and bile production, while the foods that heal do the opposite. They restore harmony between your gut, liver, and cartilage. When you stop feeding the fire and start nourishing the repair process, your body responds faster than you think. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing your knees don't ache when you stand. Imagine holding a coffee mug without stiffness or pain. It's not magic, it's biology, working as it should once you remove what's been blocking it. Start small, pick one inflammatory food from this video, just one, and cut it out for 14 days. Replace it with one healing food we talked about. Then tell me in the comments what happens. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to start their own journey. Because this isn't just about arthritis, it's about taking back your health, your freedom, and your life. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next step in rebuilding your body naturally. Every week, we share science-backed ways to reduce pain, restore energy, and age with strength. You don't have to live in pain. Your body wants to heal. You just have to give it the right tools. Stay curious, stay strong, and most importantly, stay hopeful, because the best days for your joints may still be ahead.